in a low, maybe in previous class or maybe in lower class, you have learned about the concept of number line, where you used to represent integers on the number line. So basically we used to represent over there 0, -1, +1, +2, +3 over here, and -1, -2, -3, -4, all the negative numbers on the left hand side, all the positive numbers on the right hand side. This is the number line where we used to represent the integers. Okay, now here in this chapter we are going to discuss about the coordinate geometry, and here we will be taking this number line, this way, one vertical and one horizontal. Okay, and here we will be having 0, here positive number, the +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, just like that, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So basically I have kept a number line consist of, like, which is having integers horizontally and one number line vertically. That is 1, 2, positive, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here -1, -2, -3, -4. We call it this one as a x-axis, x dash, and the other one as a y-axis, y dash. Okay, so the horizontal one is the x-axis, the vertical one is the y-axis. Now in coordinate geometry chapter, this is our coordinate axis, the x-axis and y-axis, the combination of that, we call it as a coordinate axis. And here only we will be locating the point, we will be plotting the graph. So let's take few example and let's understand. Suppose we are having a point, let's say we are having a point 2, 3. So we will be locating this point. Previously when we were talking about the horizontal number line, the red one, this red one, then that time we used to represent, like, where is +3, you can say here is +3. Where is -4, you can say here is -4. Okay, so that time our maybe suppose we are having x plus 4 is equals to 5. So here x is equals to 5 minus 4 and x value is 1. This solution x equals to 1 we can represent on the number line. Okay, x equals to 1, we can say here this is 1 and here x equals to 1 is located. When we are talking about the coordinate axis, here we will be having, since you can see two number lines are there, two number lines are making coordinate axis. So here instead of one value, instead of only x equals to 1, here we will be having two values. We will be having one ordered pair over here, ordered pair. If you will focus on the name, in order there is a pair of number, and that is in order of what? The first one is called x value, the next one is called y value. So if we want to locate 2, 3 on this coordinate axis, how we will be locating? X is 2, you need to understand which one is x, which one is y. So first thing first, this is how we draw the coordinate axis. X, or horizontal one is the x and vertical one is the y. Just give me a second now. The horizontal line is called the x-axis and the vertical line is called the y-axis. Now, whenever a point is given, let's say the point is 5, 3. Okay, so here, but just by looking at this point, you need to understand the first one is x value and the next one is y value. Here the first one is also called an abscissa. and the next one is called ordinate. So the y value is called the ordinate and the x1 is called the abscissa. Okay, now we will be locating this point in the coordinate axis. So if we are having 5 comma 3, that means x is 5, y is 3. This is the very like first thing you need to know. Whenever a point is given in a pair, in a bracket, you need to know that first one is the x1 and the next one is the y. Okay. So if x is 5, we need to represent 5 comma 3. So if x is 5, y is 3, so here x is 5 as you can see, and from here we will go upside since y value is positive 3. So here plus 1, here plus 2, here plus 3. Okay, y is plus 3. So this is the point which is 5 comma 3. Okay. Now if we want to locate, let's say if we want to locate minus 1 comma minus 2. Okay, so you first thing first, it must be clear to you that the first value, that is minus 1, that is for x, and the next one minus 2, that is for y. So x is minus 1 and y is minus 2. Here x is minus 1 and y is minus 2. So x is minus 1. On the x-axis, we will go to minus 1. And then from there, y-axis minus 2. That means upside we are having plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4. Downside we are having minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So y we need negative 2. So we will be going downside. From minus 1, we will be going downside minus 2. This is the point which is minus 1, minus 2. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the next concept is just a moment. No, let me take the next example or the next concept which we can discuss. Okay, so here a few points are marked in the question and we have to write the coordinate of those points. So just a moment. So if we are having, let's say we are having coordinate axis like this. Here 0, positive 1, only 1 2 3 4 I am writing, it's positive only. Here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Here we are having 1 2 3 4 y axis, this is x axis. Here we are having negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, like this. Then if there is a point A, B, C, P, Q, represented it like this, let me represent it. Then we need to write the coordinate of those points. So if there is a point E over here, if there is a point A over here, if there is a point B over here, and if there is a point C over here, one more point is there, that is D over here, and this is the point which is, let's say, P. This is Q. Then we need to write the coordinate of these points. So how can we write the coordinate of these points? What will be the coordinate of A? What will be the coordinate of B? What will be the coordinate of C? What will be the coordinate of D? Anyone? Like, let me know. Only Rumaisha, you are here. Yes, Rumaisha, tell me.
Coordinate of A is 4.
Only 4?
4, comma 0.
Perfect. Coordinate of B is?
0, comma 3.
Coordinate of C is?
Minus 3, comma 0.
Coordinate of D is?
0, comma minus 3.
Coordinate of E is?
1, comma 0.
Yes. So we have written A, B, C, D. Now E, what is the coordinate of E?
1, comma 0.
Perfect. Coordinate of P.
P 0, comma 1.
Is it 0, comma 1? P.
2, comma 0.
Yeah, it's X is 2 over here. And can I say Y is 1?
Oh, yes, ma'am. 2, comma 1.
Right?
Yes.
And what about Q? Let me
3,
join it.
comma 2.
Yes, 3 comma 2. So this is how we will just write the coordinates of each and every point. Now the next concept over here is, okay, plot the following ordered pair. And this coordinate axis is called the Cartesian plane. Here, whenever we are drawing the coordinate axis, no, the x-axis and the y-axis, this is called Cartesian plane. Okay, here when we are drawing the coordinate axis like this one vertically and another one horizontally, this way we are getting 4 quadrants. This one is the first, like first quadrant. Quad means 4. Okay, so here this way we are getting 4 quadrants. This is first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this one is called third quadrant, and this one is called fourth quadrant. So we are not writing it randomly. First, we cannot write second below the first. The sequence has to be like this. Okay, in higher class also, whenever you will learn about the quadrants and some higher level concepts, then you need to know this was the first quadrant. The first one is the first. Then we are going to then we are going to move towards the left, and then we will be getting the second quadrant, then we will be moving to downside, we'll be getting third, then towards the right we'll be getting the fourth. This is the sequence. Okay, the sequence has to be this one. If you are saying we can write it anyway, this one is the first quadrant, this one is the second quadrant, this one is the third, and this one is the fourth, so arrangement is wrong. Okay, this way only it has to be the first, second, third, and fourth. Okay, now if the table is given in this format, let's say the table is given like this: x, y, negative 3, 7, 0, minus 3.5, negative 1, negative 3, 4, 4, and 2 minus 3. Okay, if this way table is given, or let's say ordered pair is given, you can see the coordinates are given. Okay, x is minus 3, y is 7. The first coordinate, if you will write it in coordinate form, the first point is minus 3 7, the next point is 0 minus 3.5, the next point is minus 1 minus 3, the next point is 4 4, and the next point is 2 comma negative 3. Will you be able to represent it on coordinate axis? Yeah. Will you be able to represent these points on coordinate axis if there will be a Cartesian plane like this? So minus 3 7, if I will tell you to represent minus 3 7, you will be able to represent, right, Rumaisa?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So basically these concepts are here only. Let me check what else is there. Okay. One more concept is there in the first quadrant. X is positive, y is positive. As you can see in the first quadrant, here is x, which is positive, and here is y, which is positive. In the second quadrant, x is negative. As you can see, it's moving towards the left. So in the second quadrant, x is negative, but y is positive. In the third quadrant, x is negative and y is also negative. So third quadrant, it will be minus minus. And in the fourth quadrant, as you can see over here, x is positive and y is negative. Okay. So first quadrant, everything positive. Second quadrant, x negative, y positive. If you will just look at the quadrant, you will be able to identify here. First quadrant, this is our first quadrant. Here x value is positive over here, and y is also positive. That's why we just say that in first quadrant it is plus plus. In the second quadrant, x is negative. Second quadrant, x is negative, y is positive. In third quadrant, both negative, and in fourth quadrant, x positive, y negative. Is it clear, Rumaisha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so these are the concept which I can see is given in this chapter. And yeah, nothing else is there. So we are done with this chapter. Let's move ahead and let's start the next chapter. Okay. Linear equation in two variable. Do you want to ask anything from here before moving ahead? Any
No,
concept,
ma'am.
anything which is not clear? One more thing you must know, Rumaisha, from here is if we are having uh, if we are having let's say x equals to 2, and if I want to, just a second. So if we are having x equals to 2, and if I want to just draw the line in this NCRT, no, I can see it's the concept that drawing a line, or drawing the, like according to the given coordinate, drawing the straight line, making the graph, that is not given over here. Just a moment, let me check it again. Is it there in your syllabus, drawing the graph?
No,
Graph?
ma'am.
No? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
Only these basic concepts are there. Okay, let's move ahead with the next chapter. Because the NCRT which I am having, which is quite older version, so that's why I was asking whether in the new version the draw construction of the graph, or representing any line in the coordinate axis, like in the Cartesian plane, that is there in this in your syllabus or not. So okay, if it's not there, let's move ahead with the next chapter, that is linear equation in two variable. Linear equation in two variable. Okay, here we will be discussing about linear equation. What is linear equation? Recall the concept of linear polynomial. Okay, linear polynomial, the example was when the degree will be 1, it's called linear polynomial. When the degree of the polynomial is 1, it was in the form of 2x plus 5. Here the degree is 1, or maybe 2y plus 3. Here the degree is 1, and this type of polynomial's name was linear polynomial. Here we are going to talk about same linear equation but having two variable. Okay, if you will focus on this word, two variable. Okay, so here we will be discussing about linear equation having two variables. So our linear equation will look like x plus y is equals to 20. Just a second. So linear equation, this is the example of linear equation in two variable. Here you can see one of the variable is x, another variable is y. So this is the example of linear equation in two variable. Why linear? Highest power of the variable is 1 over here. Okay, in this chapter we are going to discuss about this type of linear equation having two variable, that means two different variable. It can be y, it can be 3y plus 2z is equals to 20. It can be in this form. So two different type of variable will be there in the same equation, and that is linear equation. Okay, now here the first concept is, if we are having linear equation in one variable, let's say we are having 2x plus 5 is equals to 0. This is linear equation but having one variable. As you can see, how we used to solve this type of equation, so we used to just find the value of x by solving the equation, and finding the value of x by solving the equation is quite simple over here. X is minus 5 by 2. What is the solution? The solution is x equals to minus 5 by 2 is the solution of this linear equation. Now when we are having linear equation in two variable, let's say x plus y is equals to 4. Linear equation in two variable. Here what will be the solution? So here the scenario is quite different. Here if you will tell me that x is this one, this is the solution, that is not the case. First thing first, we won't be able to solve this equation, right? Here two variables are there, two unknowns are there, so it is not possible to add both of them and to solve this equation. Now if we are if we will if anyway I will tell you that, Romaisha, please guess it, what can be the value of x over here and what can be the value of y over here. Guess it. So you can make the, you can guess that x value can be 2 and y value can be 2. Then 2 plus 2 will make 4 on the right hand side. 2 plus 2. So x value 2, y value 2. This can be the solution. Okay, x2 and y2. Now one of your friend is saying, yes, it can be the solution. But if we will take x value as a 0 and y value as a 4, that can also be the solution. x0, y4, both added together will give the result 4, the same result 4. So I am saying, yeah, that is also right. X value can be 0, y value can be 4. Now you're like another friend is saying that x value is 4 and y value is 0. That can also be possible. 4, x4 and y0 added together is giving us the right hand side again 4. So yes, this is also possible. So when we are having linear equation in two variable, as you can see over here, we are not able we are not able to get that one particular solution which we were getting in linear equation in one variable. When we used to solve this type of equation, uh, let's say 5x plus 10 is equals to 20. So 5x is equals to 20 minus 10. 5x is equals to 10. X equals to 10 by 5. That means x equals to 2. Okay. So when we were solving linear equation in one variable, solution was also possible, and we ended up getting one particular solution, one particular value for x. But here we are unable to get one particular value. Here we are getting x value, y value, and that too a different possibilities are coming over here. It can be x as a 2 2, x2 y2, it can be x0 y4, it can be x4 y0. So what we can say over here, that linear equation in two variable will have infinite number of solutions. Okay, there will be so like a different so like a lot of different possibility which I can say, which will satisfy this equation. Okay, a lot of different possibilities. We can also take as a x as a, if I'm talking about decimal number, we can also take x as a 1.5 and y as a, let's say, 2.5, and both added together x plus y, that means 1.5 plus 2.5 is making 4. So this can also be the point. Now, if you are wondering, is it a point? Yes, it's a point. Okay. In the coordinate axis, you know here is 1, here is 2. So where is 1.5? In between that, there is point 1.5. Okay, we know here is 1, here is 2, here is 3. Where exactly is 2.5? So in between 2 and 3, there is a point 2.5. Even we will be able to get the number like 1.3, 1.2, 1.4, just like that. When the figure is on the graph paper, you will be able to count the cells. Now the first concept over here is writing the given equation, given linear equation in two variable in the form of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Whatever is given as a linear equation in two variable, we have to write it in this form, ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. So if we are having x plus y as a 4, the previous equation, or 3y plus 2z is equals to 20, if the previous example only we are picking, we have to write it in the standard form. What is the standard form? The standard form is ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. We have to write it in that form. We have to write it in the form of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. So if we will be writing this one in that sky one, like that standard form, we will be having x plus y minus 4 is equals to 0. What is a value? A value. Can you tell me, Rumasha, what is a value over here in our question? Yes, Rumasha, am I audible? We are comparing it with ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. We are writing it in this form. We have written our equation like this, so that it will look like ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. We are writing it writing it in this format. When you write a letter or application in English grammar, there is a format which you have to follow, right? When
Yes,
I will just write a paragraph and will give it to you to submit it as a application in any of the office, then you will say it's not in the format, it's not in the proper format, right? So the
yes,
same paragraph we need to write in a certain format by writing the date, by writing the address at first, and then signifying that dear this one, and then if you are writing to a friend, you can start with dear. If you are writing to any senior officer, then there is a particular like format which you need to follow. At last you need to write your name and everything. So format you follow or not, you tell me.
we do. We follow the format.
Yeah.
Yes, we follow the format.
Yeah, you follow a format. Now here also I am saying when the linear equation in two variable is given, you may write it in a format, a particular format. What is that format? It must look like ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Whatever your equation is, you have to write it in this format. So if your equation is 2x plus y is equals to 20, you are going to write it as 2x plus y minus 20 is equals to 0. Why minus 20? Because you can see here on the other side in the format one, 0 is there, so here also we will try making 0. Okay.
Okay,
Now
ma'am.
if the equation is if your question is 5x is equals to y plus 3, this is also linear equation in two variable. Now if you want to write it in a standard format, so the format is 5x minus y minus 3 is equals to 0. One side has to be 0 and rest of the thing has to be on another side. Now once you have written it in the format which I am telling you again and again, if you have written in it in that format, ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, the question can be what is sitting at the place of a in your equation. Okay, if you have written it in this format, ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, this format if you have written it, then at the place of a, 5 you are having in your equation. At the place of b, minus 1 you are having in your equation. At the place of c, minus 3 you are having in your equation. Okay,
Yes,
so is it clear now?
yes, ma'am.
So let's do few questions quickly. 2x plus 3y is equals to 4.37. Write it in the format of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Let me write the another question also. X minus 4 is equals to root 3y. Okay, this one also we need to write it in that format only. Number 3 is 4 is equals to 5x minus 3y. This one also we need to write in the same format. And the 4 one, 2x is equals to y. This one also we need to write in the same format. Okay, let's write quickly and let's find a, b, c value for the each one. So can you tell me first one, how can we write the given question in this format?
2x plus 3y minus 4.37 equals 0.
Perfect. What is a value, Rumaisa?
A is 2,
B is
3
and c is
minus 4.37.
perfect. Let's do the same for the second one.
X minus root 3y minus
Mhm.
y equals minus 4 equals 0.
Perfect. A is
1
B is
minus root 3
C is
minus 4.
perfect. Let's move ahead. How can we write this one?
5x plus 3y plus
5x
plus 4 equals
plus
0
3y or minus 3y?
plus 3y.
So are you shifting 5x to other side, 3y to other side? So it will become minus 5x.
Okay, ma'am. minus 5x minus 3y plus 4 equals 0.
Wait, if you are shifting everything to other side, so 5x will go to other side, will become minus 5x. 3x will go to other side, will become plus 3y. And 4 is already there, positive, will be this one. Or we can also keep 5x 3y in this side only. So 5x minus 3y minus 4, and the other side is 0, which can be written as 5x minus 3y minus 4 is equals to 0. Left hand side and right hand side we can change it. Okay,
Okay.
it will not change the scenario. If you and the same weight of yours, any of your friend is just sitting on the seesaw and it's in equilibrium, so even if you will change the side, it will be in equilibrium only. Changing side doesn't matter, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so 0 here we can write, or we can write 0 over there. It's the same thing.
Okay, ma'am.
So A value, B value, C value. According to this one, you tell me A value, B
Minus
value,
5,
and A is minus 5
b is 3,
and C is,
4.
yeah. Let's do the last one.
2x minus y,
Is equals to
0.
A value,
2
B value,
minus 1,
C value.
0.
Perfect. So this is how we will be writing the given linear equation in two variable in the form of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. In the question, in the instruction, it will be clearly written that write the given linear equation in two variable in the form of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Don't worry, it will not be written that write it in a standard form. Okay, so that you will start thinking in the exam, maybe like after today we are discussing it, and after a certain period of time you are going to give exam, that time you won't be able to recall what was the standard format. So it will not be mentioned as a standard format, it will be clearly written in the instruction only that write it in the form of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, and hence find the value of a, b and c just by doing comparison. Okay, let's move ahead. Now the next concept is write each of the following as an equation in two variable. Even though it doesn't look like equation having two variable, we have to write it in such a format so that it will be having two variables. Number one is x equals to minus 5. Number two is y is equals to 2. Number three is 2x is equals to 3. And number four is 5y is equals to 2. Here in each and every question, Rumaisha, you can see this is x is equals to minus 5. It's a linear equation in one variable. Why equation? Because there is a equality sign. Why linear? Because the highest power is 1. It's a it's a linear equation in one variable. Why one variable? Because I can see only one type of variable over here. So the name is linear equation in one variable. Next one is also linear equation in one variable. Next one is also linear equation in one variable. And the last one also linear equation in one variable. We have to write it in the form of linear equation in two variable. We have to introduce one more variable over here. So can we write it as x plus 0 into y is equals to minus 5? Can we write it like this?
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
if we have to represent it in the form of the standard form ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, then we can write it as x plus 0 into y, because y is not there, plus 5 is equals to 0. Okay, this is the standard form. We have also maintained the standard format. This one, the other one, can you tell me, Rumaisha, what can be written over here?
0 into x plus y plus no minus 2 equals 0.
Perfect. Next one, the third one.
2x plus 0 into y minus 3 equals 0.
Perfect. The last one.
0 into x plus 5y minus 2 equals 0.
Perfect. So, yeah, this was the next concept. After that, we are having solution of linear equation, which I was talking about in the very beginning. As I said to you, a linear equation in two variable will have infinitely many solutions.